Welcome, Amazonians, to another great episode of Amazonian Talk. Just a few quick things. We are not here to bash men or women. We are simply stating our opinions and our experiences. If you feel offended on more than one occasion, then this may not be the podcast for you. We ask that you don't leave or call in with discriminatory or rude comments. If you didn't think about what you were going to say first, then it's probably not wise to say it at all. Remember, if you are calling in to participate in the show, then you are giving us consent to record your voice. All right, so now that we got that disclaimer out of the way, let's get to it and talk about it with your hosts, Winter Blaze and Violet Cruz.
Hi, Violet.
Hey, Winter.
We're doing great, guys. We know that you have been missing us because it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot pocket minute.
Hot pocket.
So we're doing our best. We're coming back through. We're showing up, and we're trying to show out a little bit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. This episode is a little bit more on the serious side. You know, we talked about tenderizing your meat 2 episodes ago. So, yeah, we're getting a little deep now. Mm-hmm. So this episode is You're Blindsided because you chose to be an ostrich. So just think about what ostriches do. Is that right? Is that the plural?
Yeah.
Ostriches. Ostrich.
Yeah.
It's like fish and
Ostrich.
fishes.
Fishes.
Yes.
But, of course, before we get into that, we got to give you your intention for the week. And this week's intention comes from this quote. Always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of someone else. We spend so much time trying to be like somebody else or trying to do something like someone else or trying to act like somebody else that we neglect the most powerful weapon that we have, and that is just being ourselves.
Think of Aladdin. Be yourself.
Yeah, think of Aladdin. No one can beat you being you. So make sure that you're being yourself. You're being your authentic self, and you're not trying to be somebody else. Because they've already got that part taken. So, now, of course, I will tell you who said that later.
Yes. When we come back from this message, I think it's a message. Is it a message? It's kind of sort of a message. Liquor, buy me dinner. Maybe be nicer and I'll be a sinner. Visit AmazonianTalk.com for special treats and deals from our affiliates, Jimmy Jane, Fredericks of Hollywood, and Adam and Eve. And while you're at it, listen to episode 1 of season 2. As always, Amazonian Talk appreciates your support. Now, don't we? We don't. Yeah, we do appreciate your support.
Always.
All the time. So this episode, let's get into it. A lot of times we are in denial about things. We are oblivious. So I'm talking about the specific words to where we're either choosing not to see, we're choosing not to hear, we're choosing not to believe, or we're trying to. Now, this is different from being ignorant in certain things, because we know the word ignorant has taken a negative term, but it's really just that you do not have the information.
Right.
Then you have naive. So we're talking about all those groups of words. And when you start setting boundaries or having a discussion with somebody to tell them, hey, I need this from you, or I would like to have this from you, this I don't like, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And then they continue to do it and then want to play the card of, I didn't know, I didn't realize, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Mm-hmm. Those are all ostrich moments, because you put your head in the sand just thinking everything's going to go away. Then you also have where, I think, was it a quote or was it a video? I think it was a video. But this young lady, she just went off. I'm not going to say the mouthful of words that she gave everybody. Mm-hmm. But basically, it's like, stop apologizing because you knew what you were doing when you did it. You knew how it would affect me when you did it. So you doing it again, you're fully aware of my reaction and what my reaction would be. So why are you apologizing? I was like, that is very true. So if somebody keeps apologizing for the same thing, you're fully aware of what my reaction is to that. So now you're kind of put in a situation of, okay, let me stop reacting and being triggered by it because this person keeps doing it. You want to believe that they didn't know any better. Mm-hmm. But again, it goes back to that ostrich moment on your part. They have shown you, but yet you keep giving them the benefit of the doubt per se. Mm-hmm. So you know better now. Mm-hmm. So now you have to do better. And I want to, before I throw it over to Ms. Violet, I want to also say we cannot expect people to respect our boundaries if we don't respect our boundaries. Mm-hmm. And the people you want to respect your boundaries do not even know your boundaries exist.
Right.
Because you're not enforcing them. Mm-hmm. So you have to do a little digging deep and get your head out of the sand and no longer be an ostrich.
Right.
Ostrich with my hands flipped down like the little T-Rex arms. And realize that that's the work that you have to do as well. So it's not always on the other person. It's both parties, and to a certain extent, depending on what type of relationship you're dealing with. But yes.
Well, I think what I'm going to say is going to be wildly unpopular, but it's what I think. So, and
that's
I'm entitled to my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is something that I've recently learned, and that is, boundaries are not for the other person. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Boundaries are for you.
Yep.
And where we go wrong oftentimes when we set boundaries is we say, okay, this is the line, and you cannot cross this line.
Yeah, that's saying.
And when they cross the line, then we're all in a flesh of, well, what are we going to do? Because I set this boundary and you crossed this line, so now I've got to deal with your actions and da-da-da-da. That's the wrong way to set a boundary, mm-hmm. is what I've learned. Mm-hmm. The correct way to set a boundary is to say, okay, this is the line. Now, if you cross that line, there's a certain way that I'm going to react, and there's a certain way I'm going to respond. Because I can't control what you do. I can only control what I do, how I feel, how I act, what I say.
And think. That's one thing. Think.
Right. Mm-hmm. So if you, look, do you, boo. If you feeling froggy and want to cross that line, do you, boo.
Try me.
But this is what's going to happen if you do. And you have to already have that premeditation, that strategy already in your head. Mm-hmm. If they cross this line, this is what I'm willing to do. This is what I'm not willing to do. This is going to be the appropriate response. And so, because again, you can only control yourself. You get flustered and anxious and discombobulated and just inundated with a whole slew of negative emotions when you try to control other people. And you have to let that go when you set your boundaries. Mm-hmm. You have to have that in your mind. This isn't about them. This is about me. These are the rules I'm setting for myself mm-hmm. that I can fully abide by. If you do this, then this is what I will do. Proportional response. Yeah. If you do this, then this is going to be the response that I have. And I can choose to not even deal with you anymore. I can choose to end the conversation. I can choose to end the relationship. But these are the rules. And I love what you said earlier about we have to learn to respect our boundaries, because that's at the core what it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to, if you say, if you do this again, or if you take me to this level again, then either the relationship is going to end or we're not going to talk for a while or something. You have to do that.
Yeah.
You have to do whatever it is that you said you were going to do, because it's just like a child. Hey, if you do this, I'm going to pop you. And then they do it, and then you don't pop them. And they're like, oh, well, you're just playing.
Yep.
You didn't do it
again.
Yeah, and they just keep doing it again. So boundaries are really about us. It is a very, very self-centered, for lack of a better word, thing. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to put up with? What are you not willing to put up with? And you have to stick to that.
Yes, stick to it. And I understand, too, that sometimes you may not know your boundaries or things may have changed, but that's where the internal work starts. There are a lot of times, and we have an episode coming up where we talk about being conditioned. I think we talked about that a lot in season 1. We have societal conditioning a lot that still happens, and we don't realize that our boundaries are other people's boundaries, and we acquiesce. We have that word from last season to other people's boundaries and expectations. And once you start realizing those particular boundaries are not making me happy, that's where the work begins too.
Right.
And then people are going to be upset around you because they're used to you being a certain way and not saying certain things. And you're like, what the hell is going on here? And you have to be okay with that, because essentially it's your stress, your anxiety, your body, and all the other things that are dealing with the lack of a boundary and people crossing them, which is also disrespect. Yeah. So you can disrespect yourself by not respecting your own boundaries, and other people can disrespect you by you not enforcing your own boundaries. So food for thought, food for thought. We don't have a song.
We don't have a song.
I just realized we don't have a song.
Oh.
Mary J. Blige for some reason popped in my head.
Why?
I don't know, because she's always yelling at folks that gone through it and be, but she be feeling it. But
okay.
I don't have a song though. We don't have a song.
We don't have a song. We're sorry about that.
Not today.
But I will tell you something my husband has instilled in my brain throughout our entire relationship. I'm the one who always flies off the handle. I can't believe they did this. I can't believe they did this. And oh, well, I just feel so bad, and I feel hurt, and I feel traumatized, and I feel betrayed. I mean, just the whole slew of emotions while he's like looking at me, just kind of blinking. And I'm like, don't you understand how I feel? Don't you feel like I feel? Da, da, da. And he's like, so when people show you who they are, believe them.
That is the hardest lesson.
That's it. When if you've had an experience with them before and they've shown you who they are, it's then on you if you choose to think that there's something different. People will always, you can only fake the funk for so long. People will always show you who they are. You have to believe them. And it's on you, and it's your fault if they show you who they are, but you still choose to act on the fantasy you have of them, or the
expectations that you created.
Because they're just not that, and you're causing yourself all this anxiety, all the stress, all these negative emotions when they've already said, look, this is who I am.
They've already basically shown it. And I would add to it, that has to deal with control too. There's a lot of times where we don't realize how controlling we are. And when you stop inserting yourself in places that you don't need to be, then you are able to see what you were controlling, which is whatever that person was from the very beginning. We have to understand that is a lesson to be learned a lot. Usually it doesn't happen until later, because sometimes it is, we genuinely want we see more in somebody. So we're thinking we're coaching or we're advising or we're doing whatever, not realizing that you're controlling the situation, thinking that the outcome will be in your favor or a particular favor. See, we are dropping some gold nuggets this season. Gold nuggets. And we got a gold nugget for you now.
Wow. Is it even gold? Is it gold?
The packaging has a little bit of shimmer shine.
It works a little bit.
Yeah. There we go. Have we done that every episode, little ASMR?
Wow.
Yep. Oh, that one was a good one. Anyway, so we have a skin elasticity. So be elastic.
Be elastic. Flexible.
Be flexible. Be unflappable. From Nature's Bounty Beauty. It helps support skin elasticity and healthy aging with Flora Glow, registered trademark, and vitamin A with an asterisk. I don't know what that means. It is a 90 soft gels, 45 day supply.
Huh.
And you have to, I want to do like maracas. You have to submit that Amazonian phrase every week by Wednesday. You can DM us, you can email us. Don't tweet us because then you just give everybody the answer.
Give it away.
Okay? And in order to get it, we don't have a drum roll. Production, we need a drum roll so I can throw it to Miss Violet.
Right. So, of course, your Amazonian phrase is the person who said our quote for steering our intention for the week, which was always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of someone else. Miss Judy Garland said that. Yes, she did, with her red shoes on and everything. So,
oh yeah, if y'all don't know who she is, she is the one that clapped her feet together. Was it 3 times?
Place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Toto, get back here!
Yep, it flew away.
But yes, so that is your Amazonian phrase for the week. So make sure you get that submitted, like Miss Winters said, by Wednesday. And of course, while you're submitting things and while you're online, why don't you go check out our website, AmazonianTalk.com. You can go there, listen to past episodes, see all the good affiliate links that we have, and just see what's going on, see what your girls are up to. And of course, you don't even have to go to the website. You can just check in with us during our wisdom talk next week.
Yes, our live wisdom talk, so where we can talk back with you, ask us questions, live questions. I believe they're live questions. If not, it's okay. You can submit your question and we will answer back via recording, all of that good stuff.
Yep.
Wisdomapp is the place.
Every Monday at 11
a.m.
CST.
CST, y'all.
So, of course, you have that. And again, I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, but we love interacting with you all. So you can reach out to us on Twitter. You can email us. Email us your thoughts, questions, observations, just randomness, whatever. We love hearing from y'all. So make sure you do that. Hit us up and stay connected. So next week, our next episode is going to be unintentional or intentional conditioning.
Yes. If you don't know the word, you should know the word. It's like what's being thrown around for like the last 3 years. We'll say, since COVID. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh wow.
3 years. March?
It's been a minute.
March? No. Since March. Yeah.
Wow. I know. 3 years.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we have coming up. So make sure you tune in.
Yes. Tune in twice a week.
Yes.